a tiny hamlet hid in the crevices of Uttarakhand. A quiet, serene setting and home to a wanderer at heart, Malika Virdi. This is the incredible story of a mountaineer who traveled to Munsiari and made it more than just her home.
Mountaineering was always something that I was keen on, and I think what mountaineering does is it brings you to the edge, and your relationship with life and death, you're kind of playing and you feel so alive.
Malika came to Munsiari in 1992. And like any other outsider, making it her home was far from easy.
I produced 13 quintals of potato, and when people saw that, there was respect. When they saw my vegetable gardening, when they saw my produce, my rajma, I think that's the first real connection that started forming. But then there was a lot of violence that was happening against women. So I just felt that, look, we can't keep quiet. And that's what amazed me, because once I started talking and saying, look, this is not right, the response was so real and so immediate. It's like you sometimes need a catalyst, somebody who just starts saying, ki ye theek nahi hai. And then people began to join in.
Namaste ji.
From there on, this outsider made her way into the hearts of the women of Munsiari. She set up Mati, a women's cooperative, giving the so-called weaker sex of this village a voice.
संगठन में आके मेरे लिए तो बहुत बदलाव आया है, क्योंकि मैं पहले घर से नहीं निकल पाती थी, घर में ही काम करती थी, घर में ही धन बनाती थी, घर का ही काम से हम बिजी रहते थे। फिर थोड़ा करके संगठन में आना, बाहर निकल गई।
अन्याय होता है, अत्याचार होता है, उस पे हम लोगों ने काफ़ी काम किया है और हम लोग उनको न्याय दिलाने की हमने पूरी कोशिश की और कुछ लोगों को न्याय मिले भी है। और यहाँ पे जैसे शराब के विरोध में भी हम महिलाएं आगे रही हैं और उसमें हमने जो है सरकार तक की हमारी लड़ाई अभी भी जारी है।
So in Mati, it's basically to work on our everyday issues, whether it's livelihoods or it's food security or it's self-governance. We believe that unless women begin to take decisions about their lives and government, till then we'll always be handled, always in a secondary position. So Mati is really a collective of strength.
With the women in tow, this avid mountaineer soon won the confidence of the people. She was elected the Sarpanch of the Van Panchayat in 2003, handling 34 hectares of dense forestation. As the founder member of Himal Prakriti, an ecological research and advocacy group, Malika empowered the villagers to take up the cause of forest conservation, a journey that has been fraught with its own dangers.
Primary things that we did was actually do a lot of plantation work, and some of the things that we plant is this ringal tree. Ringal, it's not a tree, it's a grass really, but it's a high altitude bamboo that is used in our everyday work. Like, you make baskets for agriculture, you use it to stock your rajma.
जैसे हमारे यहाँ पे एक कंपनी आई थी NTPC, तो इसके विरोध में हम लोगों ने काफ़ी संघर्ष किया। यहाँ पर संगठन के द्वारा क्षेत्र के लोगों को हमने बताया कि भाई इससे हमारे पर्यावरण को ये नुकसान हो सकता है, हमारे पेड़ कट सकते हैं, हमारे जंगल नष्ट हो सकते हैं, हमारी जो नदी से इतने लोगों को राहत मिल रही है, पानी मिल रहा है या जो भी है वो सब हमारा बंद हो जाएगा।
Preserving the pristine views of this remote hill village,
Namaste Saraswati di, kaise ho? Theek thak?
The people of Munsiari, with Malika's help, opened their doors to visitors.
अकाउंट में डालें, अगर उनके पास पैसा नहीं है तो अकाउंट में भी आ जाए तो ठीक है ना, वो ज़्यादा सही है।
homestay.
With the village homestay program, the community has found a modest way to sustain their livelihood. And for the tourists that come away from the din of the cities, this is an experience of a very different kind.
America, Italian, Odisha, Odisha na Bombay, America se zyada aaya.
We started in 2004. It was a little tricky because here normally you only keep your own friends or relatives in your house, and suddenly you have guests, you have clients, you have tourists unknown to you coming and staying in your own house. So we experimented with the first 13 families. It seemed to work. We went up to 25 homestay families within 3 villages. Now we've spread out to 5 villages, and we find that the model works very well. If people are living in urban areas, there are so many issues. For instance, why is it that so much hydropower is being generated in a place like Munsiari? Obviously not for the people of this valley. This power is going to be exported to a city. If city people understand that their lifestyles are at the expense of communities like ours, and if city folk can do their role in conserving, limiting use. For instance, how much is enough? I mean, there is no end to greed. In the name of development, quality of life, I do not believe that quality of life necessarily means affluence. So I do believe that if at all a story like mine were to have any relevance, it is that for me, this is my home. I'm part of the picture, I'm part of the problem, and it's within my power to be a part of the solution.